Hello, um, good morning. David Unana here. It's been very long. I dropped a video. I think it's more than like maybe 3, 4 weeks. Don't mind me. I've been in one of those moments, those seasons in your life where everything that can possibly go wrong has gone wrong. you know, things are just happening left, right, and center, and you're just a bit, not even a bit, so overwhelmed. That's what's been happening. That's why I haven't dropped any video. I am in, but things are back. They're getting back. I'm trying to, you know, lay my hands on the particular whatever to do and restore things back to normalcy. But then I just figured that it's not proper to allow whatever it is hinder this that I'm committed to, which is that uh, I'm committed to helping myself and anybody who finds these videos I upload interesting and worthy of listening. I'm committed to helping us get to the point where, you know, like I said, spending money now becomes a problem and not making money in the first place. All right, so again, you are welcome to the channel. I am in Idu train station. I'm headed for, I think I'm going to drop my bag and do this very quickly. All right, sorry for that. So I said I'm in Idu train station. I'm headed for running a postgraduate program, master's in construction management, and well, to be honest, they are blowing my mind. I actually thought it would be all this what do they want to teach me kind of arrangement, but really, to be honest, I'm learning, and arming myself, or I'm getting armed with a couple of skill sets, information that is making the execution of my job, which is building, it's making it a lot better. So today I want to quickly drop something around the lines of the fact that we need to be focused in constantly improving. We need to be focused in constantly improving. They call that a constant and never-ending improvement. You cannot allow too much time to go by without improving in certain areas of your life. I'm amazed at how time is flying. I'm just wondering, where is the time going to? My direct boss, who is also my mentor, coincidentally my in-law too, in terms of mentor, in terms of work that I'm doing. And of course, you know already by now that the place of mentors in our life cannot be overemphasized. There's nothing, I don't know how to put it, but you cannot grow in this life without a mentor. You cannot do life as an individual. You have no superior, no one at all who has gone ahead of you, who is kind of supervising, what you are doing and all of that, to chip in a word or two. You cannot do that to yourself. You won't amount to much if you do not have a mentor. It's not something everybody likes to hear, but then it's the truth. You won't beat the system. You won't be able to, like, everybody cannot be wrong, like I keep saying. You need somebody, either spiritually, that's for your spiritual life, and then in your career, in your finances, somebody who has been there, who you will talk to, who you will report to, who gives you advice. So he told me something. He said about 12 years ago he was working for someone, and then it was just an entry-level quantity surveyor, just doing normal record keeping, bill of quantities, inventories, and all of that for the person. And it was a contract job. It was executed, like 11 months contract or something. Everybody went his way. And then 11 years later, it was January this year, the person called him and said, "Are you now a registered quantity surveyor?" He said yes, because in between that time, he had did his QS, his registered member of NIQS and all of that. And the person, cut a long story short, the person said, "All right, quickly send me your CV. And for security purposes, I'm not going to mention what happened after submitting that CV, but I'm sure you can guess." He has been emphasizing to me, of course, when we grow up in life, we have these crazy ideas that we run with, but life humbles us to the point where you are calm now to realize that, please, so let me not shipwreck my life, and it's better I start listening. I'm saying this because initially I didn't believe, I'm a mentor, whatever. What am I going to do with a mentor? I can do life on my own. Talk, argue. Years of failure, years of hitting your head against a prick, a wall, a blank wall, will humble you to start listening, to start sourcing for people whose words you will obey and listen. So he has been emphasizing the fact that, to me, about, okay, while you are waiting for breakthroughs to happen, you need to improve. You need to be focused on constant and never-ending improvement. Again, you cannot allow too much time go by. Funny enough, sometime, possibly maybe around March this year, someone asked me. He was asking, I did a job, he kind of liked it, and then he said, "Are you a registered builder?" I said no, and then he shook his head, and that ended the conversation. It just came to my mind now. Only God knows what I missed. It is only God in heaven who knows what I missed. And it's a big, don't even think like all these people with security presence. You have to fill form before you go to see them. Something, let me not go into the details. Something else took me to go and see him. And then we discussed. He kind of liked me, and we were flowing. And then he asked, "Are you a registered builder?" I said, "No, sir." He just said, shook his head, and we just rounded up the discussion and left. And I'm just thinking about that thing. I'm just realizing only God knows what I missed. What if I said, yes, I'm a registered builder? Who knows the doors that would have opened? Who knows the season of life that would have opened up for me? What I'm saying is this: you need to be committed to constant and never-ending improvement. This is not something you can argue. It's not something you can position yourself to fight against. A story comes to my mind. They told somebody, Saul, it is difficult for you to kick against the pricks. I've heard a lot of people interpret that thing, well, it is well, but the only interpretation I've been able to biblically deduct from that is, they said the day they were stoning Stephen to death, that Saul was consenting to their death. In other words, they were dropping their clothes at his feet. Kill him. Because and it says that as Stephen was talking, they were pricked in their hearts, and they got angry and wanted to kill. They were pricked. So years later, when they will tell that Saul, it is difficult for you to kick against the pricks, that means that thing that Stephen was talking that time, that was challenging you, it's difficult to kick against that thing that is pricking your heart. It's difficult to kick against that thing that is gnawing at you. Listen, these things I'm saying, there are sometimes you may want to get away. What are you saying? I've been there, but in your quiet moments, it pricks your heart. Sometimes the thought comes to your head, "Are you sure I'm not doing that?" That thought is difficult to kick against it. So it's best to be committed to a life of constant and never-ending improvement. You again, I think I've said this too much, but then you cannot allow too much time go by without improving in an area, without and here's something to quickly drop before I end this. Sometimes life goes awry, it goes haywire, things just get messy, you get overwhelmed, you can't even get a handle on life. Like I just said moments ago, everything that can possibly go wrong is going wrong. In those moments, what you do is to look for what you can actually do, like what your hands can actually handle. It's a bad place to be when there's really not much you can do about certain things. I'm looking for a way to deconstruct this thing the way it's in my head. Okay, for instance, somebody is broke, yeah, he doesn't have money, he's overwhelmed, possibly hoping for something to happen, or possibly maybe working on something, or maybe possibly trying to bid for a contract, or maybe possibly looking forward to things changing. And of course, things get overwhelming. You do not have funds to take care of certain things. You are hoping for things. You want to live in Banana Island, you want to buy this, you want to buy that car. In all of those things, make sure that your hands are on something in your control. Make sure you hold something. For some people, it can be maybe praying and fasting regularly. For some people, it can be maybe what can be in their control could be, let me go and pick up a master's form. For some people, it can be, let me go for that training and that seminar. But do not be caught up in a situation where you are so overwhelmed, what you can actually handle and do is too vague for you. Those are the kinds of situations that swallow people. There is always something you can do. There's always something your hands can be found doing. And those are the things, in all of those overwhelming circumstances of life, those ones you will need to hold on to them with all of your mind and engage them until things are restored to normalcy, or until the progress you seek desire. What I'm saying in essence is this: don't be found helpless, don't be found doing nothing, don't be found empty-handed, do not be found without engaging the market. What I mean by engaging in the market is not hoping for something to change, it's not bidding for a contract, it's something within the reach of your hands that can be done. This thing is I'm unable to deconstruct it exactly the way I'm seeing, but then I can only trust that the Spirit of God will give you understanding. I've said so far, we must be committed to constant and ever-ending improvement. Otherwise, we shortchange our seasons, we shortchange our destinies. You cannot close doors to the opportunities for you to improve. Don't do that. Do not do that. You will occasion a season in your life where you will be so overwhelmed that the things within your reach, the things your hands can actually do, they will be non-existent, and you are now left in a world so big and so overwhelming that, like I said, those things swallow people a lot. Summary is, always take advantage of situations that will cause you to change, cause you to improve, cause you to get better. Go for a training, register for a course, improve, get better. Some people, or how will I put this? Well, some really don't like the idea. Perhaps you want to start up a business. All right, if you want to start up a business, between the time when the business is executed, how about getting an MBA in business administration? How about learning along the lines of business? You see, I'm trying to say in essence that do not be caught in that moment of life where what you can do is non-existent. Don't do it. And you can only counter that by always taking advantage of every opportunity to learn, to get better, to grow, to improve, so that by all of those things, you are too in the space of so many people that life cannot catch you unaware. I hope this has made sense. Be committed to constant and never-ending improvement. Thank you.